Welcome back to Chukitable Media. I saw two videos today going around on the social media, and I tried to research, and I guess probably those who own the videos, those who are spreading the video, actually want us to learn some lesson from the life and time of the woman in the video.
We can turn around any institution, any agency, any ministry if we are determined to do that.
And I think I need to come back to you to let us know what is happening and why this video is moving around. Whose video is this? It is actually the video of a woman that has passed in person of Mrs. Dora Akunyili'S, a one-time minister of information in Nigeria. Information and communication was the position given to her at that particular time. I want us to examine our life and time, our early stage in life, our career and achievements, and the award and recognition that she had, then our personal life and legacy, so that at least our unborn children, if they have to come across this video, they will actually know who Mrs. Dora Akunyili'S was. Mrs. Dora Akunyili'S, an excellent Nigerian, she did her best to bring sanity into the life of Nigerians and Nigeria itself. She spoke truth and directly to Nigerians, making them known that whatever they do with Nigeria, they have to bequeath it down to their children. So, better to build a better life, a corrupt-free life, a life that worthy of an example that will build a nation when every one of us today might have passed. Dora Akunyili'S, born in 1954 and died in 2014, was a renowned Nigerian pharmacist, public administrator, and advocate for public health and drug safety. Early life and education of Mrs. Akunyili'S for any young ones that want to emulate our life and time. She was born on July 14th, 1954 in Makurdi, Benue State. She earned a bachelor degree of pharmacy in 1978 and a PhD in ethnopharmacology in 1985 from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. Her career span and covered from when she served as the Director General of National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, from 2001 to 2008. She led a relentless fight against counterfeit drugs and unsafe food practices, reducing the prevalence of fake drugs in Nigeria from an estimated 70% to about 90%. Our motivation was deeply personal. Our younger sister died in 1988 after receiving fake insulin for diabetes. She faced significant risk, including assassination attempts and threats, but remained undeterred. She later served as Nigeria's Minister of Information and Communication in 2008 to 2010, where she promoted the slogan, "Good People, Great Nation," to foster national pride. Mrs. Akunyili'S also received lots of awards. In her lifetime, she received over 900 of them, including the Time magazine in 2006 one of the 18th heroes of our time, an Integrity Award from Transparency International in 2003. She is widely celebrated for her integrity, courage, and dedication to public service. This you will see in this video.
We can turn around any institution, any agency, any ministry if we are determined to do that. If we are determined to shun money, if we are determined to face the consequences of swimming against the tide, because it is swimming against the tide, there are consequences. There will be verbal attacks and there may be physical attacks. Everything boils down to corruption. And corruption is not just about giving or taking money. Corruption is about not doing the right thing. And why are we corrupt? Because of lack of understanding. Because we do not understand that we don't need too much. Our wants may be too many, but our needs are very little. But we cannot be afraid to try again, even when we fail. We must not be afraid to embrace change and work for change. If you tell yourself you want to succeed, every other thing will follow.
Moving on. The personal life and legacy of Mrs. Akunyili is this. She was married to Dr. Chike Akunyili, with whom she had 6 children, and passed away on June 7th, 2014, after battle with uterine cancer. Remembered as a symbol of anti-corruption and public health advocacy, our work continues to inspire effort to combat counterfeit medicine in Africa and beyond. Let's watch the second video of hers. What she said during the time of the past president, Yaradua, and our effort to sanitize and to cling to all the wrongs people were trying to do at that particular time. I won't explain, but just listen to her. Was Yaradua alive at that time? Was he dead? Who was lying at that time? And why did it happen that way? Let's watch.
We lied a lot to the public. Government was lying. I suspected that we were lying, but I wasn't too sure. You see, when people tell you, because I was reporting the meetings, when they told us President Yaradua was playing with his children, the stories were not adding up. But when I confirmed that we were being fed with lies.
So at that time, you were not having access to the president?
No. Nobody had access to him once he was flown abroad. Nobody had access. The cabal took over. They were in charge of everything. It was all the president said, Mr. President said. Even when you knew they were lying, you could not be too sure. But when I confirmed that they were lying and confirmed that the president was not in a position to give instructions or sign anything, was when they went to get him sign, was it the bill, National Assembly bill? And when they came back, I started asking questions. You see, when three people say 3 different things, then you know that they did not come together to agree on a common lie to tell. One of them said that they stayed in another town and sent the National Assembly document for the president to sign. One of them said, the same person told me, one person said he was downstairs and sent it up for him to sign. And another person told me that he went and saw him and the ADC and the CSO did not allow him to talk with him and they gave it to him to sign.
Consistency.
So there was inconsistency.
Dora Akunyili'S life and work left an indelible mark on Nigerian public health system and governance, making her one of the most respected figures in the country's history. Learn your history and know who are the true hero.
President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, the former president of Nigeria, sat down in a one-on-one interview and explained what had happened during the time of President Yaradua, and talking about how he was supposed to have transitioned from vice president to acting president, and how there was a lot of politics, or do I say politics, that happened behind the scenes. But let's take a look at the video.
There's always balancing between North and South, Muslims and Christians. And Yaradua was a northern Muslim, was the president. And he took over from a Southern Christian, Obasanjo, who ruled for 8 years. So definitely the Northern Muslims wanted Yar'Adua to at least do 8 years before he could come back to the South for another, probably a Christian, to take over. But well, the health issue came up, and it was the problem. And that is why even to allow me to act was an issue. When Yar'Adua was going for the medical checkup, actually a letter was written. Of course, the Constitution says that for the Vice President to act, the President will send a letter to the Senate and the House of Reps informing them. That letter was written, but the person who the letter was handed over to, I will not mention the name to you now, was one of the aides of Yar'Adua, refused to submit the letter to the National Assembly. And Yar'Adua became so ill that he had no control of issues. So we had a country where the president was not available and there was no acting president.
Not mention the name of that aide.
Exactly, that's one of the biggest issues. Maybe he's saving it for, he's probably writing his memoirs.
A book. Okay,
and if he lets the cat out of the bag, will you buy the book?
Yeah, the other things, of course, there are other things. There are other things that he's experienced that we will never have known.
Still be
exactly. If you're going to grant an interview, let's not do half and half disclosure. Just tell us the name. Let's understand who are the people that are into this sort of politics, because this book can be maybe people that are at the helm of affairs now,
exactly.
So we know who should be wary of.
Responsible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and looking at that time, I mean, just going back memory lane, we remember Professor Shoyinka and a few civil society organizations did lead protests for the transmission of power to the vice president, and that was when we had this word cabal. It was well used in our political lexicon in Nigeria that cabal had taken over. They didn't want to hand over to former President Goodluck Jonathan and all of that. So, but he acted very responsibly in that time. He didn't make statements to rock the polity until the passing of Goodluck Jonathan. But
are they the one of yesterdays, the one of yesteryears, or are they the present one living today? Rest on, Mrs. Dora Akunyili'. This is Chokitable Media. Don't forget to share this video, subscribe, share, and like them. Put on your notification button and God bless you as you do. See you next time. However, try to put your own name also on the good side of history so that we can remember you for all you might have done or what you did. Bye for now.